I decided to create a new live because the one that I already scheduled is loading. So I'll just have to cancel it right now. It's not really working. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope that you're having a great kickstart of the year. How is everyone doing? All right, well, waiting for the others to come join in. Let's have a cup of coffee. I'll probably also just notify my subscribers that I'm moving into a new live stream. Okay. Hello. Hi there. Who is joining me right now? Feel free to share that in the chat. I will also have my laptop open here because so I can actually see the chats as well. Who else join me? Hello everyone, good morning and happy new year. Please drop your name and where are you tuning in from so I can do a little shout out. I'm excited for today's live stream because we will be doing or creating a relationship vision. Hi Christopher, thank you for being here. I'm curious, does any of you have an idea of what a relationship vision is? And as we go through this live stream, we will also do a little bit of interaction where I would love for all of you to participate and join. I'll drop in the chat the link for this Google Docs that you can actually use. Okay. Is my audio okay? Are you able to hear me well? I'll try to change my chair. There we go. BB, hello there. All right, perfect. What is one of the vision or goal that you have for the year 2025 and how was your 2024? Would love to hear from all of you, please share it in the comment section below. Christopher, get married is the goal for 2025. Okay, perfect. I'm glad that you're here, because then it will be a good way to set that intention. I really believe that when you put an intention towards something that you want, it is more likely to happen and come to life. And it's also good to write down whatever it is that you want to achieve, because it's more likely to. Like, there's a study show that when you list down the things that you actually want, when you look at it from time to time, you have like 43% chance of getting it, versus to people who actually don't write or don't even, think about their vision. Eli and I, we've been doing this relationship vision for 2 years now. I came across this idea of writing down your relationship vision from Ida Lucy, and it's actually very helpful and powerful. We did it last year, beginning of 2024. We like to do the relationship vision in the beginning of the year. So that's why I thought I will do a live stream and introduce to my subscribers, or to all of you, what relationship vision is all about. So basically, relationship vision is a shared goal that you and your partner will have together. It creates more intentionality and a bigger purpose as to why you are in relationship together. And I think that's very important, because most people, when they come into the relationship, they don't really have much clarity of why they are in this relationship in the first place. Maybe they have few reasons of, I don't want to be single, I'm lonely, I want to have a partner. But that is your own vision, or that's very individualist wants. So in a relationship vision, you are actually creating something that both of you agreed upon, and it's going to be the bigger why of your relationship. And if you want to see how it looks like, I shared a link in the chat so you can see that. We will start with the bigger purpose, asking what is the purpose of this relationship and why are we here? What would be the biggest reason beyond just being together, that is beyond us, that binds us in this relationship? So that will be the first question that you would like to ask for each other. Your skin is clean and clear. What is your skincare routine? Thank you. Water, scrub, scrubbing. Not much skincare routine, really. I actually want to take care of my skin more, because I love to be under the sun. And other than sunscreen, not much really. Any questions so far? Do you have now some idea of what relationship vision is all about? And by the way, relationship vision is not just for couples. This is also very ideal for single individual out there. If you want to attract the desired partner that you want, it is very important to be clear of what exactly I want. Why do I want to be in a relationship? What would be the purpose of being in a relationship? So you could ask that question to start with. And having a relationship vision as well, it's gonna be your anchor and your compass. It grounds you, and it actually give you a direction. It allows you to use it as a filter. If you're a single individual, it allows you to use it as a filter of being able to know, like if you see a beautiful girl, sometimes we just tend to throw whatever it is, our standard or whatever our core values are, because we just want to go with that beautiful, cute girl. But then down the line, you are getting frustrated that the relationship didn't work out. Because again, we haven't really set much clarity of why are we in the relationship in the first place, and making sure that your reason, your vision of being in a relationship is also something that the other person agrees and wants. That's also very important to have that alignment before going deeper in the relationship. And if you're already in a relationship, just like me and Eli, we did this relationship vision. We started doing this relationship vision in our second year of being together, and we just list down like the reason of we do it. How we do it is we get a piece of paper. We set aside time. Usually our anniversary is January 1, so it's not hard to remember. So we set aside time to at least create a relationship vision. And this is our, I don't know if you can see, it's like 2023 year-end relationship vision, year-end reflection, and 2024 relationship vision. So first we have a separate piece of paper. We write down our bigger why separately, and then we go to our values. So in the relationship vision, there's actually 3 things that you will be writing down. First is the bigger why. Why are we in this relationship? What is the purpose of our union? What is it that we are co-creating together? And again, having that would really allow you, would anchor you, and would guide you to what kind of relationship is it that you are creating and want to create. And then the second part is, what are the foundations of our relationship? What are the values that we actually want to uphold? That when other people see us or come across us, they know exactly that we are people with integrity. We're people who respect each other. So those are core values. And then how does it look like in a day-to-day life? What are the quality that you want to showcase or you want to show in a day-to-day life in this relationship? So the bigger why, your foundation of the relationship, and the qualities that you want to embody and showcase every day together with each other. So that's how the relationship vision looks like. Let me read some messages here. Mapul, kisses from France, Gladys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for being here. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Again, if you're ready to let me know who among here are single, and in this phase, are you interested in being in a relationship, or are you happy being in your, being a bachelor, bachelorette? And who among you here are also in relationship? Christopher is single. Oh, we have a single bachelor here. And as you said, your goal is to be married this year. That's a big goal. It's a life-changing goal. Be married, be in a committed relationship. And I think setting up your relationship vision would be a very good first step. Let me share with all of you the 2024 relationship. Because Eli and I, we started our 2025 relationship vision, but it's only just individual. We haven't show it to each other and created one. If you're single, you can have your own piece of paper. You start by, yeah, just writing down what is your relationship vision. Let me actually get my own, the one that I wrote. So you do it individually first, and then you show it to each other, and you come up with your shared relationship vision. This is for couple. If you're single, it's totally fine too. You just answer it like if you imagine what kind of relationship I want to have in the year 2025, what kind of relationship I want to attract and I want to create. So for me, in my 2024, I want a relationship that serves as a mirror that reflects who I am and how I show up to the world. I want, because when you're in a relationship, when you're spending time together or living together, the tendency is you know, you trigger each other. And it's not really about what the trigger, but it's also how you react to it. So how you react to it really tells you a lot about you. And first few months of being in a relationship with Eli, I noticed I get triggered so much, and I realized, oh wow, I have a lot of unresolved issues all the way from childhood that I actually still have to work on. Most people, they work it out if you're committed enough to really working and solving your own shit, then you can continue with a relationship. But most couple as well, when they enter a relationship and when they get to the stage of starting to notice the difficulty or they facing challenges, instead of trying to figure out how to resolve it, they just walk away. And that's why I made it as my goal, is I want a relationship that would really serve as a mirror for me. So if I get triggered by Eli, I will not make it about him, but I will use it as an opportunity to get to know myself better. Why am I triggered in this situation? What is it that I actually want? So that would be a good, maybe it's too meta for all of you. Let's try, because I wrote down three reasons why I would be in a relationship. Another reason that I wrote here, and this is the 2024, we are together to have a safe container for us to grow and evolve as an individual, to serve our bigger purpose. So this is one of my personal vision, is I want to be in a relationship where I feel safe, where we can create that safe space of learning and growing together and being able to support each other in, living a more purposeful life. For me personally, doing this content, helping and sharing all the knowledge and learning that I've done along the way as a single individual and being into this relationship, the ups and downs and how I navigate through the challenges. I am really passionate in being able to share those things to hopefully help those people as well who wants to create an amazing relationship. And if they can cut through the trouble that I've went through in order to get here, then that would be amazing. Let's pause. Let me read comments here. Fitri, you love P. Diggy? What's that? Christopher, what if the person you want a relationship with has a guy in her life? Then that's a no-go. There's a lot of, you can always just be inspired. Like if you like that person, just be inspired and believe that you can actually attract similar or even better that really works for you. Christopher, that's for you. Mohammed, how are you? Doing very well. Happy to be here. Happy to be connecting with all of you. Thank you for being here. Mapul, I'm single, but I want to marry you, your twin sister, or nobody else. Oh, that's sweet. Unfortunately, I don't have a twin sister. But don't worry, Mapul. I'm sure there's going to be people that you can attract and also, be more ideal for you. And what is it about me that you like? You can actually write it down in a piece of paper so that when you come across women, then you will be able to assess like, oh, is this woman fit into the category that I actually want? But don't get too focused on the list. The goal is to go out there, connect and meet as much people as you want so that you can really tell as well. If you haven't been around a woman like me in real life, then try it out. Go out there. Try to find someone who might have the same characteristic as I do and see it for yourself if you actually really like it. PNW Lens. Communication is key to a successful relationship. I couldn't agree more. It's definitely important. And being an interracial couple, being a Filipina and having an American partner, communication is a challenge in the beginning. Yes, most Filipinos can speak English fluently, but the style of communicating is very different. Here in the Philippines, it's very implicit style of communication, while in the US, it's very explicit. So there's a clash in that. And also, so it's also important to know, what are the communication style, be able to communicate it and see what works for both of you. I want to improve on being more explicit in my communication, especially in asking for what I want. It's very important. If I'm giving feedback, explicit still, but more softer. Alice, there, in recent video, you stated implied that you're in an open relationship. Please correct if I'm wrong. How do you manage an open relationship? Ooh, that's a very juicy question. I should create a video solely for that. And don't worry, I'll be addressing this kind of question in a separate video. I'll invite Eli with me so he can also share his side of the story. And I think I'll be collaborating as well with Chad about this topic. Probably that's in Chad's channel that you heard about that. Fat Daddy, respectfully, good evening. Scrumptious, respectfully. My dog keeps farting. Jamil, kumusta ka? I'm doing great. Kumusta ka? Christopher Mohan, happy days. PNW Lens, if you go outside, you can meet people and possibly mate. Well, what else? How else can you, possibly meet people? It's always better to, go out of your comfort zone, try to connect with people. I was single for 3 years, and 2 years of that really hardcore dating, trying to meet, but it was a failure. It's not really about what dating app you will be joining. It's not really how nice you dress or how you show up. But I realized on the third year of being single, okay, I'm approaching dating like it doesn't work. My approach doesn't work. Instead of being so desperate and really having the goal of being in a relationship or finding the partner, I switch it to I just want to connect people and actually get to know them. And in that way, I can also get to know myself and what do I really want. And it shifted. I was able to attract and meet amazing people because I was not in a hurry anymore. I was not desperate. So if I meet someone and it doesn't really, I see them as someone like, it doesn't tick the box of what I want, but still, this person is amazing. Still, this person is fun to be around, at least as a friend. And we're still able to have a good time. But there's no more expectation of, is this going to be the one? So therefore, there's also no disappointment. And it allows you, it gives you time to really be clear of what is it that you're looking for, what would be the reason why you want to be in a relationship in the first place. And just going back to our main topic for today, that's why creating a relationship vision is important. Because again, it anchors you to your purpose of why you're in a relationship, and it guides you to what you have to do in order for you to be able to attract that. So if you already created your bigger reason, like my other reason here is I want to be in a relationship where we can hold each other accountable and help remind each other of our authentic self. So I want to be in a relationship where someone will, not tolerate my behavior, but actually remind me that, hey, this behavior that you're showing right now, I don't think this is who you want to be. Like in that, again, communication is also very important. You can't just tell someone like, oh, you're behaving negatively or you're acting bad. No, say it in a nice way. Then we go to the foundation of your relationship. If you're already clear, if you already know what is it that you want or why you even want this relationship and how does that relationship look like, you go with the core values. So the bigger why is like your purpose. It's your destination. But having the core values, this is like your guide. This will get you to your purpose. So the core values, for me personally, if I want to be in a relationship, I want it to be I want there to be trust inside a relationship, integrity, authenticity. I want there to be growth. And also, I want the relationship to be centered around service and contribution. So those are the core values that I hold in the relationship. And it could change depending on where you are in your life. Okay, 2024, the core values that I listed down is trust, honesty, authenticity, vulnerability, and ownership. So trust is really trusting that you have each other's back. You can trust that when the situation gets tough, you will be able to, lean on each other. And honesty is when you feel like something is off or when, you've done something that you're able to express it to your partner truthfully. Because again, you can trust that this person will be able to listen to you and try to understand you. And authenticity is showing up authentically, like how I show up in public is also the same person that I show up in my personal life, in my, private life with my partner, with my friends, with my family. And also how I talk, how I, show up here is also how I treat myself. So being authentic is aligning what you say to what you do, basically. And then vulnerability. 2024 is really a year where I challenge myself to be more vulnerable. I think I'm very honest with how I feel, like, oh, I feel angry, I feel sad, like all those emotions. But when you're vulnerable, you even go deeper to why are you sad? Why did you get angry? What causes it? Why are you feeling jealous? Where is that jealousy coming from? And be able to openly share it to your partner. And also, I challenge myself to become more vulnerable as well in front of the camera, not just, you know, really expressing myself like, okay, this is my story, this is who I am, and this is where I am now, and this is where I want to go. And ownership is when something went wrong, I take ownership of that. If I feel bad, instead of blaming my partner for causing it, I take ownership. You know, he maybe do something that bothers me, but still, it's my choice to be bothered by it. So I take full ownership of how my emotion is instead of like putting that to other person, like expecting other person to make me happy, to make me sad, or all of that. I take ownership of my own emotion, and also in navigating life and just having my partner as a support there. So that's gonna be what's the that's the purpose of having core values as well in your relationship that serves as your pillar. So if you're making a house, if you only have a goal of, okay, I want to build a house, but if you don't have foundation, it will crumble. So just imagine that metaphor. All right, before I jump into the qualities of, the qualities that you want to embody and have in a relationship, let me read some comments. And for those who just came in, please drop your name. Where are you watching from? And how's your new year? New revelations, free will. Bless you, Gladys. Good to hear from you again. Oh, thank you. Nice to see you here. Christopher Mohan. Depends on where the woman is from, what she stands for, and believes in trust communication. Again, we all have different set of values, different set of beliefs, and that is why it's very important that before going deeper in a relationship, you know what yours, and you're able to communicate that to the person. You don't necessarily have to have very similar ideas or goals or core values, but at least those values support each other. If the other person wants commitment and then the other one wants freedom, it might, maybe it doesn't really fit. If the other person, you both like each other, but the other person still wants to explore and go out there, travel. But if you want to settle down and like just build a house, build a garden, then that goal, that vision of life is so separate. So you don't want to try to force being in a relationship if that's the case, because you already know that it's not going to work along the way. Most people, they're like, oh no, we can try this, we can do this. And then halfway in the relationship, you feel like you lose yourself. You feel like you're not able to really do what your heart desires because you try to set it aside just to make this relationship work, and then you feel negative and bad. I've experienced that, and so I can speak from experience that it's always better to stay grounded on what you really want, and yeah, try to look for someone who have similar values, similar goals as you, and develop it from there. I want to look at Eli's 2024, because again, our 2025, we have it started, but we haven't finalized it yet. This is like our relationship contract. with each other. Bigger picture. Create from a place of abundance. Inspire, appreciate, support, guide others together. So that's Eli's big picture. And for values, where's values? Kindness, connection, learning, growth, curiosity, openness, lightheartedness. Those are the values that Eli. And again, after that, you put your ideas or vision together and you decide, okay, these are the vision that we have. This is your vision. This is my vision. These are the core values that I want to have. This is yours. Let's try to put it together and choose, based on our personal goal, personal vision and values, what would be the thing that we could actually have together. And we settled for kindness, trust, honesty, authenticity, vulnerability, ownership, and playfulness. That's our core values. That's the value that we have for the year 2024. And I'll give you guys an update of what is it in our 2025 once we finalize that. Now let's go to the last part of writing down your relationship vision, and that's qualities. Qualities is how does it look like? If you have this big purpose of creating service, creating abundance, creating container for your relationship for you to grow and evolve, and if you have this core values of honesty, vulnerability, ownership, how does it look like in a day-to-day life? How do you show up every day? How do you interact with each other? How do you treat each other? How do you show up in each other's lives? So that's the qualities. You can write the qualities that maybe you haven't practiced yet in your relationship, but at least you want to embody, and list down the qualities as well that you already have and you want to continue having. Let's see. The qualities here that I have is more connection, hugging each other, creating time and space, to listen to one another, prioritize spending time on a date, morning conversation, daily check-in of feeling, once a month adventure time, nature, trying new things in the bedroom, and individuality, so having once a month alone time, respecting each other, no shouting, no cursing, no sarcasm. I tend to be very sarcastic when Eli and I fight, and I realize just during our 2025 when we're trying to create a relationship vision that, Eli already set his boundaries of when we fight, I don't really want sarcasm. I want us to communicate respectfully with each other. And if you become sarcastic, it made me feel disrespectful. And I can understand that. Yet, time and time again, when we fight, I can't help it but be sarcastic. And so I reflected on that and like, why? And I realized that default is my way of defending myself, my way of protecting myself. And I realized instead of being sarcastic, the goal, I can actually drop down that wall that I built and just start being vulnerable. And it's hard. It's hard when you already have a default that you've learned and you've used for a long time, to kind of break it down, let go of it, and start building a new default. And to be sarcastic is so much easier than to be vulnerable. But of course, I want this relationship. I want to continue and build this relationship. So I'm working on not being sarcastic anymore. So I'm not as perfect as you think I am. I also have my flaws, and I'm definitely working on it. So those are the qualities. Again, write as many as you can of how does it look like being in this relationship with this person. How does it show up in a day-to-day? I really love physical connection. That's one of my love language is physical touch. So I want there to be a lot of hugs, a lot of kiss, a lot of cuddles, and I want that in my relationship. And I love having conversation. So I definitely want a partner where we can talk endlessly. And I'm glad that Eli also likes to have conversation. We both like to read and then sharing all those learnings that we have that we had to each other. And morning coffee is one of my favorite time to spend with Eli because we get to, our brain is fresh. We get to share and talk about the things that we experience in the past days, new learnings, new realization. It's really amazing. And also, I have my own channel that I'm working on, and we also have a business together that we're trying to grow. And most of the time, I noticed our conversation tend to revolve around business, around work. So I decided last year that we need to also set aside time to make sure that we prioritize our relationship. Because even if we are here in the same house, living together, and even communicating together, it's not really about our relationship. And for me, our relationship is a big foundation for us to do the things that we want, for us to do the service, the contribution that we really want to do. So since last year, we've been doing our weekly date night. Every Friday, we go out on a date, and the topic is just focus on us. Like, okay, how are you? How are you in this relationship? Do you have a feedback for me? How did I show up this week? Did we feel? Do you feel connected to me this week, or do you feel disconnected? If so, what is it that we can do to feel more connected? And last year is a year where I also learned different framework of how we can connect to each other. And one framework that I learned that I've been sharing as well in my channel is having this dyad exercise where you share your desire, fear, and love. So how you do it is one person just asks, what is it that you desire? And you don't respond. So you just let the other person share whatever it is that they desire. And then once they're done, now it takes turn. And it really creates emotional intimacy between couple. It really creates that bond between the two of us. It makes us even more vulnerable to each other and able to share our deepest desire, our most feared situation, and also reminding each of us. I love the what is it that you love and appreciate part, because we realize that, wow, we really appreciate and love each other. We appreciate this life. We appreciate this relationship that we've built. Because sometimes when you're in a relationship, especially if you're already in a relationship for a long time, you tend to forget reminding each other of how much you care and value them, how much you appreciate them. You just think that, oh, they should know that because we're in this relationship still. But it's so different when you're able to hear it coming out from the other person. I think I talk a lot. Let me go to the comment section. Pine needles underfoot. You guys have a very unique name and funny. I'm not sure if I should stay in my relationship. We love each other, but have so many incompatibilities, and I wouldn't really want to have children. How do I decide what to do? That's very good awareness there. pine needles. And yeah, if there is a lot of incompatibility, and if you have this idea of not wanting to have kids, but your partner wants to have kids, that's a big disconnect there. And you don't want to suffer in a relationship, and you also don't want to be, what do you call that? Not honest about yourself in the relationship. So I would really suggest to set aside time where you can be intentional in that in this time you will have this difficult and scary conversation with your partner. But again, this will be worth it because it will set you free and it will set her free. And you will create space for maybe the right person to come. Or you might not know that. Maybe you just think that, oh, she's dead set in having kids and dead set on this things that she's doing that you maybe don't like. But if you will have that conversation, if you will share with her that your reason for not wanting to have children, your reason for not doing the things that she's doing, and vice versa, you might come into a place where you can compromise with each other. Again, a lot of relationship, they reach to this phase because there's different phases of relationship. First, you get so excited and so in love with each other. The next thing is that you feel so needy and like you don't want to let go of the other person. The third phase is when you start seeing the flaws of the other person. And then on the fourth phase, you start pointing finger, you start blaming. And then you go to the fifth where you are in that toxic cycle already in the relationship. And the solution there is conversation, tough conversation, honest conversation. Good luck, pine needles. Christopher, American communication can vary. For sure, just like any other culture as well. Christopher Mohan, Vietnamese, Philippines, Thailand. I've had girlfriends in the past, and because of my business, they actually work for me and I provide accommodation, complete pension benefit package, trust fund, loyalty. Wow, nice. That's great. How did it work? How did it work out, working with someone that you're in a relationship with? Because Eli and I, we are co-founder of a business, and in the beginning it was definitely very difficult because he's more senior, he has more experience and knowledge, and in the beginning it made me feel so insecure that, oh my god, I don't know anything, I don't know enough. But eventually, instead of feeling insecure, I just use that as a fuel, like, okay, I am not an expert here yet, I don't know anything here yet, so let me learn it. And now I'm more focused in taking care of our people, taking care of our employees and clients. That's where I focus on. And Eli focus on building networks and creating more opportunities. So we're able to find that balance. I'm curious, how is it working with your having a romantic relationship and at the same time working together as well? How did it go, Christopher? PNW Lens. I'm half Filipino and Native American, and I'm married to a Mexican. Wow, that's a very good combo there. But I think very similar in some ways. How is it? Christopher, I like to get to know the person first. Definitely, you don't want to commit to someone that you barely know. You might get surprised though this person is psychopath or whatnot. Jose G, hello from New York. Hello from the Philippines. Christopher, do you think working with a person, it is way to get to know them? Not necessarily. Is it, what do you mean by working? Like working professionally? It's a very different situation. I don't think it's really necessary. I think it would make it even more difficult to be working with someone and be in a relationship at the same time. But yeah, that's what Eli and I did. And it's because we have a shared vision. I want to be doing and working on something that I'm passionate about, something that can contribute to the lives of other people. And Eli also has the same vision. He wants to be doing something. He wants to be in a relationship where together we can actually create something that helps others. So it's no brainer for us to start a business together. But if you don't really have that shared vision, then don't force being in a relationship and working with each other at the same time, because it has its ups and downs. Abbas, hello, my love. I love you. Oh, thank you. Receiving the love and sending the love back. Thank you for the love. PNW Lens. If you work on yourself and the qualities you value and want to see in a partner, you will attract a mate with those qualities and attributes. Very well said. Perfect. Exactly. Like, first, you have to work on yourself. You have to get to know yourself. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire? And how do you show up as that person? And then you'll actually naturally attract those people that are values aligned with you, that are aligned with your vibe, with your energy. True. Hefe, Jeff? Hi, Pumpkin. Ooh, that's a cute name, Pumpkin. Hello. PNW Lens. Chris, do you mean getting to know a person at work? Because that is not a great way to get to know anybody. Yeah, I kind of agree. Christopher. PNW Lens. Relationship at work, I should say. Keep pushing. Trust God, not her advice. I respect that. If you are a believer and if you want to trust, I am not in any way trying to tell you that trust God versus me. You know, follow. Don't just listen to my word and receive it. Also listen to yourself. How does my advice land to you? If you resonate with it, great. If it doesn't, then, let go, set it aside. PNW Lens, there is incompatibility in every relationship. No relationship is perfect. I totally agree. Eli and I, as much as we are alike, there's also a lot of differences between the two of us. It's just a matter of how can you work around those differences? How can you navigate conflict and turn it into creativity, right? David, like, sub, and notification. Oh, thank you so much. Muhammad, how are you? Very beautiful woman. Doing great so far. We're almost ending our live stream, and I'm just so grateful and happy that all of you are here and really appreciate this interaction. Thank you for being so engaging in chat. Moise Ali, you look like Pocahontas. Really? Thank you. I should braid my hair. Salutate, you're cute. Hi. Oh, thank you. Robert Bates, you are stunningly beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Thanks to the sun. It helps. Angelo, nice to meet you. My name is Angelo. I'm from Italy. Hello, Angelo from Italy. Hello from the Philippines. Harold Packerns, you are a very pretty woman. Thank you. Appreciate that. Detroit man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge Him and He shall direct thy path. That's your belief, and there's nothing wrong with that. And my belief is it's better to respect each other's belief and not force one's own. Robert Lewis, you are a beautiful lady. Thank you. Yar, I don't like you. Oh, okay. Not everyone can like me, and I respect that. That's fine. Belkir, bonjour, bonjour. Mapul. I don't know if here Jane husband is passed away. Jane, every woman has a story, and I recall. I've actually reached out to him and her back then to collaborate. I didn't know about that. We never had any collaboration with Jane. Condolence to her and her family. My relationship is not working well. How things can get well. First, communication, and first asking yourself, why is it not working well? What is my part of why it's not working well? Because sometimes when the relationship don't go well, our tendency is to blame it to the other person. It's their fault. It's their fault. They do this. They're doing this. Blah blah blah. And if you are in that place, just acknowledge it and just shift. What can I do to make this relationship working? Yeah. Because again, you serve as a mirror. If you start working on yourself, the other person will notice it and hopefully will work on themselves too. And if it really doesn't work, then you make the tough decision of whether or not you want to continue. Om Prakash, I cannot understand. Oh, going through a divorce. Sorry to hear that. Salamat. Bradley Gamble, what do you think of food fetishes? I respect people, whatever it is that their fetish are, their kinks, and some have weird kinks, and that's totally fine. Like, just whatever it is, show who you are. It's actually nice to have your feet licked. It gives you a different sensation. So, I don't have any judgment whatsoever for that. If you have that fetish, go for it. Introduce that to your partner and play around with it. What are the sensation and how can you be playful with it? Thank you everyone for joining me in this. Oh, my battery is 10%. All right, let me go ahead and wrap up this live stream. Again, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of you for tuning in and joining me. And I hope that you get to write your own relationship vision too. I do live stream at least every 2 weeks. I hope I can keep up with that because I really love this. I love being able to communicate with all of you and also be able to respond to your comments and questions in real time. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. And I want to hear your thoughts as well in the videos that I am creating. Your comments are very much valuable for me. So if you have comments on the video itself or comments on what video you think I can create in the future, feel free to comment it. And if you're single and want to be ready to attract that ideal relationship, I have a program. I'm actually offering a one-on-one coaching, and I also run a program called the Irresistible You, where we can get to spend 5 weeks together as I guide you in becoming the person that you envision and becoming that person who can attract an ideal partner, helping you in that journey. And if you're in a relationship, I also run I also run a program called the Intimate Lovers, of how you can spice up the relationship, how you can be more connected emotionally, intellectually, and physically with your lover, how to navigate those challenging moments, conflict, and fights, and turn it into creativity and be able to be more connected. So feel free to email and connect with me on gladysonlove@gmail.com. And if you want to extend your support, I have my YouTube membership and Patreon, where I share personal videos as well, and my daily, showing you more of my daily life and what does my life look like. So again, thank you everyone. Happy New Year and have a beautiful day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Take care. Okay, let's figure out how to edit this live stream. I'm not used to doing it in my phone. Bye bye.